Hey everybody, in this video we're just going to be checking out System Shock 2's tutorial, which is essentially just a few training simulations, and we'll also talk a little bit about some of the lore stuff that's in the manual. There's not that much of it, but we'll go over a little bit of it, and then also we will talk about a couple interesting technical details of just running this game on Windows 98 natively.
To pick up some basic skills you'll need to get by in the service, enter this CyberLink booth. Inside, you'll learn the basic skills you'll need to get started. Welcome, trainee. While you're in our virtual training courses, we provide you with a simulated cyber interface. This training interface is identical to an actual military-grade cyber interface. Now, let's try it out. Move the mouse. See how it changes where you look? That means you're in shoot mode. Hit the Tab key. This puts you in Use mode, where you can use your mouse to interact with items in the world. Open your primary MFD, or multifunction display, by clicking on the MFD button near the bottom of the screen. This display shows your strengths in various areas. When you're ready to continue, press the Tab key to go back to Shoot mode. Try changing between modes until you get the hang of it. Follow the red path along the ground to the next training station.
So yeah, we got like a bunch of skills here. These are all going to go away since this is just a simulation once we start the game proper here, but yeah, we're taking a look at the basic training. As I mentioned, this will be in a separate video. Let's go ahead and get started.
To pick up items, center them on your screen and right-click. This will automatically place that item into your inventory. To view your inventory, press the Tab key. You can move items around your inventory by left-clicking and dragging them around. To drop an item, drag it from your inventory into the 3D view and release the mouse button.
There you go. I'm pretty sure this engine is maybe the same as Thief... maybe just Thief 1, or, you know, like an evolution of that. I can't remember when Thief 2 came out, but I think it's probably very similar. Feels very similar.
To use items like buttons in computers, center them in your view and click the right mouse button. All usable items will have brackets around them. Highlight the button on the pillar and right-click. This will activate the lift. Try it out. If you can still see your inventory display, it means you're in Use mode. Hit Tab to return to Shoot mode.
Alrighty.
The object before you is a med hypo. Pick it up and then press Tab to go into Use mode. Right-clicking on the med hypo will use it and restore some needed hit points. Your hit points are displayed by a bar in the lower left corner of your screen. Many objects in your inventory can be used by right-clicking on them.
I imagine we could probably eat this food if we wanted to. Yeah. Oh, and... oh, I see. It just respawned the items. 1 HP each, I guess, is better than nothing.
See the crate in front of you? To search it, center it on your screen and right-click. If you are in Use mode, simply move the pointer to the crate and right-click. To take an item from that container, simply left-click on it. This will automatically place that item in your inventory. To close the container window and return to Shoot mode, press the Tab key.
Got some fermium. I think that's using the research skill, which we aren't actually going to learn about here, but...
one of the most important tools you have as a soldier is your PDA. This device stores audio logs, emails, and other useful information. Click on the disk icon near the bottom of your screen to bring up the PDA display. Currently, the contents of your PDA are empty. Now pick up the audio log in front of you.
Whoops. What did I do wrong there? I think I gotta right-click. Yeah, okay. My hotkeys are totally different than what they're saying. I already rebound everything. So, a little bit of a learning curve here. There's a lot of keys to interact with here.
This message is coming from the audio log you just picked up. You can use your PDA at any time to play any audio log or email you've received. In the field, the PDA is also used for keeping track of your current mission objectives and obtaining help information.
Okie dokie. Yeah, so this is one thing I'll point out is just that we're playing the game in 800 by 600. Defaults to 640 by 480 and goes up to 1024 by 768. But the UI doesn't scale at all, so it just gets smaller and smaller. So for example, if I get rid of this and we go, apologize for the flashing, the menu runs in 640 by 480 all the time, so there's a res switch, which my capture card has to negotiate every time I come into this menu. So I'm going to try to avoid doing that, but it'll probably happen a few times over the course of the playthrough. Anyway, yeah, so if we go to options here, go to video, and bump this up. And yeah, this game only runs in 16 colors instead of 32, which is, I mean, it's fine. 16 colors looks pretty good in my opinion. But you can see, like, yeah, I mean, the game runs, but the UI is much smaller, which could be desirable for some people. But for me, you know, my CRT monitor isn't that big. I think it's only like a 15-inch monitor. And I'm not getting any younger here, so the text can be a little hard to read, especially like if you look at the very top of the screen in the middle there. It says like 0 nanites, 0 cyber modules. That's pretty small. And then if we go to the MFD, it does move these up, which is kind of interesting because it does fit nicely in the corners there. But if I wanted to like read the text here that we have, I guess I'll just
this message is coming.
Cancel that audio. But yeah, I mean, like I could read this, but it is just a bit small in my opinion. So I feel like 800 by 600 is maybe the sweet spot between visual fidelity and just general UI interaction and readability. So that's why we're doing that. But you see, yeah, if I actually switch it to 640 by 480, there's no more resolution or no more flashing when I switch to the menu here. Just an interesting little quirk of capturing video here. Okay. So let's go ahead and continue on with basic here.
Now it's time to learn about jumping and mantling. To jump, simply press the space bar. Some surfaces can be mantled onto by holding down the space bar. Mantling lets you pull yourself up to ledges and other high places in front of you. Give it a try.
Very good.
To climb a ladder, simply walk into it and look upward. You'll automatically start climbing the ladder.
Easy enough. And yeah, I think that's it. So you gotta see why I decided to split this stuff off into its own video, because it's a little maybe boring.
You've done well. Remember, if you're unclear on any aspect of what you've just learned, you can repeat the training as often as you wish.
But I still wanted to show it off, regardless.
If you've completed basic training, you're ready for the advanced lessons provided here. Advanced training will familiarize you with the 3 key areas of military service: weapons training, technical training, and psionics training. Approach the Cyberlink booth of your choice to train in that area. When you finish training in the 3 areas, proceed directly to the recruitment center to choose and start your military career.
Yeah, so I think System Shock 1 did have like a psionic meter of some kind, but I don't think it did anything. So yeah, and as you can see here, like this door's open. We could have just skipped right through this, but let's go through these 3 trainings real quick.
Alright, wannabe. If you want to learn the weapon skills it takes to even think about joining the Marines, come on in. We're looking for a few good men. Good to have you on board. You'll notice when you're in the Cyberlink booth, the UNN has kindly provided you with a virtual cyber interface and all the simulated skill levels you'll need for the training tasks. But don't get too cocky. They'll disappear once you leave the booth. Now we'll teach you how to handle a firearm. Pick up the pistol and the clip from the table. You can equip the weapon in one of two ways. Bring up your inventory and drag the pistol to your weapons equip slot near the right-hand side of your inventory. If that's too slow for you, you can use the hotkeys on the keyboard. Press 2. If the pistol was in your inventory, it will equip for you automatically. To lock and load the ammo clip, hit the R key or hit the reload button on the lower right corner of your screen. Once you've loaded the firearm, take a shot at the dummy robot by pressing your left mouse button when in shoot mode. Notice how its health bar gets shorter as you chip away at it.
There you go. Yeah, this definitely some old school control schemes here. They didn't fully learn the lesson from System Shock 1, I don't think. Like, I don't think anybody would ever want to reload from menu like this instead of using the hotkey, but it was a different time, so maybe there were some people out there who preferred it in some situations. I don't know. It's also a thing here for switching ammo type, which maybe is a little more understandable. And then this switches our weapon fire mode, which I have a hotkey for as well. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's move on, see what else we got.
Some items need to be charged with energy before they can be used. Pick up the laser pistol. Now use the recharging station nearby. The recharge station will juice up all of your energy-based items. Weapons, batteries, you name it.
Yeah, there you go. Fully charged. This thing also has separate fire modes. How fast can I shoot this? Kind of fast. Is he gonna respawn? Oh, there he is. Overcharge. There's a bit of a delay there before we can shoot again with the overcharging.
Weapons are not fine wines. They do not get better with age. The colored dot on the lower right corner of the screen tells you what kind of shape your firearm is in. Green is good, red is bad. To fight the effects of wear and tear, a soldier with maintenance skill can use a maintenance tool to improve the condition of his weapon. Just pick up the tool, open your inventory, and drag the tool onto your pistol. Remember that maintenance tools are only good for a single use.
Yeah, you can see down there we've got 4 for our weapon durability, which I think is going to get kind of annoying is having weapon durability in the first place, but is what it is. We do this, and we got 5 extra points of durability there. So, pretty good, I guess. I think we have a pretty high maintenance skill in here, if I recall. Yeah. In fact, it's almost maxed out. I think every skill has 6 levels. What the fuck? Oh. They dropped another tool for me. Yeah, I think every skill has 6 levels, and so does every stat. So, and then there's like all these powers you can get for psionics, which seems kind of bonkers. There's an awful lot of these that you can eventually get, but we'll learn about those.
Good work. Now you're ready for the Marines. Take a look at the other training areas first before you enlist. They might just come in handy.
Alright, let's do tech here.
Inside, we'll teach you the basics of some technical skills you'll need in the Navy.
That guy is 100% one of the voice actors from the Thief games. Thief 1 and 2 anyway.
Welcome. You'll notice when you're in the Cyberlink booth, we'll provide you with a temporary cyber interface and the skills you need to accomplish the training tasks. But they'll only last so long as you're in the booth.
Okay.
The object in front of you is a container of nanites. Nanites are consumed whenever you perform technical tasks, such as hacking or repairing. When you pick up the container of nanites, they do not go in your general inventory, but are instead displayed in use mode on the bottom left of your screen. Walk over to the keypad by the door and try out hacking. Use the keypad by right-clicking on it. To the right of the number pad, you'll see an orange tab labeled Hack. Left-click on the tab. Text will appear indicating the difficulty of the hack and any bonuses that apply. Click on the Start button to begin hacking. You'll see a grid of nodes. Clicking on a node will either turn it bright or dark. To successfully hack, you must connect 3 bright nodes in a straight line. Beware the ice nodes with the red outlines. If one of these turns dark, you fail the hack, and you might break the item you're working on or worse. You can restart your hack attempt at any time by hitting the reset button, though you'll have to pay the nanite cost again.
Yeah, break or worse. As in, it just explodes in your face? Because that sounds pretty bad. Not sure what the red line means there. Nothing, I guess. I don't really know. Some extra nanites there. I think this is just if we get stuck in here. Yeah.
You can use nanites to buy items from replicators. To use a replicator, right-click on it. Then left-click on the item you wish to purchase. The item you purchased will drop into the slot below. Make sure you pick up your purchases before you leave.
Hi there. Please make your selection.
He's, give me, big Prey 2017 vibes. With the recyclers. Which I'm sure Prey was fully 100% inspired by this game. Let's buy some stuff.
Thank you for choosing Value Wrap.
So what do we get? We got juice, bullets, and chips.
Hi there. Please make your selection.
What if we hack it?
Hi there. Please make your selection.
Reinitialized.
Interesting. So we can get AP bullets, regular bullets, or medical hypo.
Thank you for choosing Value Wrap.
Very cool. I guess that's it for technical. Yeah. Oh, I think I can get up there. Yeah, I can. No reason to, though.
You learned the basics of the technical skills. There are several other technical skills you'll learn throughout the course of your career, such as repairing items and modifying weapons. The cyber interfaces for these tasks are similar to the hacking interface. Before you enlist in the Navy, try out the other training courses. They'll be useful.
We shall do so. We got one more left here with psionics.
Inside, you will learn how to reach out with your mind. Do not let fear block your path. We've provided you with a virtual interface and the temporary ability to project simulated psionic powers. Once you leave this area, these powers will be lost to you.
Okay.
The red bar at the lower left of your screen tells you how many psi points you have. Psi points symbolize the current ability to use your psi powers. Psi hypos replenish your psi points. Try using a psi hypo and watch your psi points increase. When you've reached your maximum in psi points, move to the next station.
Alright, so we got 20 points out of that.
This psi amp amplifies your psi powers and lets you project them into the real world. To equip it, pick it up, and then hit the tilde key. Firing the psi amp activates your currently selected psi discipline. You currently have access to 2 disciplines, cryokinesis and kinetic redirection. Go into use mode and click on the arrows on the bottom right of the screen. This will cycle through your available psi disciplines. Later, clicking on the arrows above the number to the left will allow you to select psi disciplines from higher tiers. Use cryokinesis to destroy the robot and kinetic redirection to pull that nanite container towards you. Be careful. Holding down the mouse button can augment the power, but holding it down for too long will cause burnout, which will damage you. If you run out of psi points, use another psi hypo.
Yeah, so let's see the burnout. I think we took 1 point of damage there. And then, yeah, if we do it regular, that's how much damage it does. What if I just click it? It does the same amount of damage, I think. But if we do this and get it in the yellow, maybe it does, I guess it does more damage. It's really hard to say. We go maybe a bit farther. Yeah, I don't know if it's making much difference, to be honest with you. Also, you can change your power with a hotkey. I don't know if it just changes it within the level that you have selected, or if it just goes through all the ones you have, or what. But this seems like it might be useful. Be able to like grab stuff. It's a little slow, but yeah, I think that's making a pretty good case for maybe at least getting that one psi power. I guess we'll see.
Mastery of the mind is a slow but rewarding process. Return to this area if you need more guidance. Before you enlist in the OSA, it would be useful to experiment in the other training courses.
Alright, we've already done that. So the only other thing is just, if I pull up the manual here, there should be... I'm just looking at it. Yeah, so 2072 is when the first game happened, and we're 40-something years later now. But in that time, there was like an entire, like war between the governments and of the world and the the megacorps of the world, like Trioptimum. And the government sort of set up this thing called the UNN, which I think is the United Nations Network or something like that. Let me see if I can find it. It's called the Unified National Nominate. That's what it is. So yeah, there's a whole thing, but then somebody called Dr. Delacroix, who we heard in the intro, figured out basically how to do big time space travel, faster than light kind of stuff. And then that sort of created a joint venture between the UNN and the Corps, or I guess Trioptimum, specifically in this case. And yeah, there's a little bit of a power struggle there due to the previous wars, and that's why the government attached like a big ship, military ship, to the other Trioptimum ship we saw in the intro. I guess maybe for protection as well, but really it's more of a trust issue. At least that's how it looks in here. And then also, yeah, the Diego, William Bedford Diego, is the, I believe, yeah, William Bedford Diego is the son of Edward Diego from the first game, which is really interesting. So I'm sure we'll hear more about him. And then other just important names are Anatoly Kerenchkin, who is one of the Trioptimum executives. There's also like an assassinated government member, theoretically ordered by somebody at Trioptimum, maybe this Anatoly guy, so that's also worth noting. But yeah, I guess we'll let the game tell us the rest of the story. That's kind of the gist of what's in the manual that wasn't explained in the intro. There are actually a few more profiles here. There's somebody named Melanie Bronson, who's the security chief of the Von Braun, which is the Trioptimum ship. And then Dr. Janice Polito, who's a senior systems analyst on the Von Braun. And then Xerxes, which is the AI of the Von Braun ship that like keeps it running. So there you go. That's all the story stuff. I'm putting it in this one just because I don't want to sit here and explain it in the main video like I did just now. So yeah, that's the gist. But I think that'll do it for this episode. I will say, actually, one more other interesting technical thing is, for some reason, like, the video cutscenes just stopped playing. Like, they would not play at all. For any reason, I had to, like, reinstall the codecs that came on the CD to get them to play again. It's a really bizarre bug. So, not sure what's going on with that, but if you try playing on a Windows 98 machine yourself and you run into that issue, try reinstalling the codecs from the disk for the video. That might help improve your situation a bit, I guess. But anyway, that's it for this extra video here. And I'll see ya, I guess, in the next episode or back in the main episode, depending on how you're watching stuff.